I want to thank everyone for coming out this morning and sharing your day with us so we can honor the veterans that make this day possible. Thank you for the freedom to make this day possible, and thank you for the sacrifices of the men and women that perished and gave their lives to make this day possible. Be with all of us as we honor them today and every day, and thank you for the freedom of this nation and the fallen men and women that made it possible for us to live free.
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Whereas this Memorial Day, we express our deepest appreciation to the men and women in uniform who gave their last full measure of devotion so we might live in freedom. We cherish their memory and pray for the peace for which they laid down their lives. We mourn with the families and friends of those we have lost and hope they find comfort in knowing their loved ones died with honor. And never forget that our freedom comes at a great cost.
So, on short notice, reached out to a friend of mine who recommended Mr. Rob Kearney personally. They've served together. Rob's a 15-year Army veteran, 3 years active duty, 11 years in the reserves. He's got several tours, 2 tours of Kosovo, 1 tour of Iraq. He was 3 years in the 101st Airborne Division. Also has many Army Commendation Medals, Army Achievement Medals, and was awarded the Combat Infantryman badge. If you would, please give a warm welcome to Mr. Rob Kearney.
Almost 400,000 U.S. servicemen are interred at Arlington, and yet that's only a portion of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for this nation. It is estimated that close to 1.4 million Americans have died in the service to our nation. The first we all remember from grade school. It was Crispus Attucks, who died with 4 other brave men in Boston in our first stand against British rule on March 5th, 1770. These were the first casualties in the Revolutionary War that was the birth of our great nation. Historians disagree on Atticus's origins. He may have been a runaway slave, or he might have been a freedman. Crispus, who was of African American and Native American heritage, came to the defense of a young Bostonian who was struck by a British soldier. Crispus led a group of about 50 other men in a stand against the British soldiers and was eventually killed with his compatriots. This Memorial Day, let's reflect on the words of General George S. Patton. It is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who died. Rather, we should thank God that such men lived.
The stories of those left behind, of wives and sweethearts kissed at the train that never saw their men again, of parents, brothers, and sisters too, who worried because they never knew if their soldier was alive or dead. Many tearful, heartfelt prayers were said. To the ones at home, we owe a debt. They suffered too, let's not forget. While in Flanders fields, the poppies grow, the folks at home were heroes too.